what here? This basically is a diagrammatic. It's a diagrammatic presentation of the decision making process of a firm. When you want to do some investment appraisal, there must be that decision-making process here. When you draw that on a tree, then that tree will be called a decision tree, will be called decision tree. One thing you're supposed to appreciate is that we have got two symbols. The symbols, we have in this case here a box, and then we have a circle. So we call this one a decision node. A decision node. We call this one a decision node, and then we call this one here a states of nature node. States of nature node. States of nature node. Those two. Last time, we shall overcome. So we have in this case here, box is a decision node. And then we have a circle, states of nature node. States of nature, these are the probabilistic. These are the probabilistic variables. These are the probabilistic variables. So for you to be able to understand what Mwalimu is talking about, let's look at our past papers. And we do a question on decision tree that has got abandonment decision. So we shall do this question. It was tested in September 2021. So mention there September 2021. September 2021, question number 3. September 2021, question number 3. September 2021, question number 3. Once you get it, are you able to give me a signal? Give me a signal. Give me a signal. Give me a signal. Give me a signal. Great. Great. This question was quite an interesting one, especially because it had abandonment, where something was being abandoned, abandonment. So we are told there, XYZ Limited is considering buying a new machine for its manufacturing processes at a cost of how much here? 10 million. The machine is expected to have a useful life of 2 years without any salvage value. The future net cash flows to be generated in each year are uncertain. The estimated cash flows and probability of their occurrence are given as follows. So we have additional information. The possibility of abandonment exists after year 1. Abandon the project. And if you abandon, then you'll be able to get 8 million. And the cost of capital is 13%. No taxes given. No taxes given. When I don't have any taxes, I will not compute depreciation. So required, they want me to give them the expected net present value of the project, ignoring the abandonment option. 4 marks for free. Those are 4 marks for free. So I will have first of all to draw a tree. First of all, I'll have to draw a tree. So you must always start by being inside a box. Unaweka box namna hiyo. So remember the first decision alternatives that you have to decide between invest or don't invest. Don't invest. Invest or don't invest. If you don't invest, not unless you're a thief. If you don't invest, then you get a 0. It is only thieves who get money, even in situations where they don't plant anything, where they don't invest anything. So don't invest, you get a 0. But if you invest, then you're going to be subjected to some cash flows which are probabilistic. So if I invest, it takes me straight away to end of year 1. So end of year, I'll be waiting for something. End of year 1, I'll be waiting for something. End of year 1, I'll be waiting for something. You can see end of year 1, I could either get a cash flow of 7, a cash flow of 8, a cash flow of what year? 6. And you can see these figures are probabilistic. You can see they are probabilistic here. That's why I'm putting them. They're coming from a circle, the states of nature. which are dependent on whatever state that will prevail. So this 7 is 0.2. This 8 is 0.4 probability. This 6 is 0.4. I must ensure that my probabilities are adding up to 1. I must ensure that my probabilities are adding up to 1. So again, it doesn't stop there. This is year 1. It doesn't stop there. Once in this case, ladies and gentlemen, I've been able to get something here in year 1, it again throws me to the end of year 2, where I expect to get 2 possible outcomes here. 2 possible outcomes here. There are 2 possible outcomes here, which are also probabilistic. So you can see there, year 2, you can see year 2. What am I able to see under year 2? What I'm able to see under year 2, I could either get what or what. What or what? That cash flow can't be seen very well. This cash flow can't be seen very well, but I think it is 7. Should be 7 here. Should be 7 there. Yeah, it is 7 here. 7 here, and then I can see 6 here. I can see 7 here. I can see 6 down here. I can see 8 here. Then I can see 7 there with the probabilities given, which is 0.what here? 0.6. This is 0.4. Then I can see here 0.5, 0.5. Then I can see here 0.3 versus 0.7, like that. So please draw first of all up to here. Once you draw, allow me to get to know that you're finished drawing. Just give me a signal. Give me a signal. You know, once you invest, you're being now thrown to the deep end of uncertainties. You're being thrown to the deep end of uncertainties. Like from the beginning of this week, most of the ministers, most of the ministers have been in problems here, uncertain. Will I be? It has only been a very good time for them. Most of them, not most of them, but all of them ended up being on the chopping board. On the chopping board. So as I wait for you guys to give me a signal, do you think there is any of those CSS who will be able to get their ways back to the cabinet? Do you think there is any one of them who will be able to get their way back to the cabinet? And if you are saying yes, who is that? Who is that? Or 5 of them. Wow, then you must be connected. You must be connected to even know the number. Okay, Nikki tried, okay. They should all go home, eh? They should all go home, because now we need to be led by the Gen Z. Should be able to take like 60%, 60%, 60%. Wanguke nayo, okay. I will never ever dream of getting into politics or even working for government. I can't work for government. Never, never. Never, never. Do they have the experience? But there is no school which makes experience, which teaches experience. Experience, you have to go into this thing. You know, it's about passion. It's about passion. If you're passionate, you'll be able to serve. No, I cannot work even at CBK. I can't work at CBK. I don't want. I don't want. Very good in figure, yes. Me as well. I value my PCS. It's not easy. Like now you can imagine being Dr. William Ruto. I would not want to be in his shoes today. I would not want to be in his shoes today, even if you have to pay me 50 million per month. ISPAC chair, yes. ISPAC chair, that I will want. That I'll want, so that I can help you young people. Yeah, that I'll want. So you guys, have you been able to finish drawing this? I show you something before I disappear. I'm supposed to disappear in a few minutes. Yeah, it changes people. Yeah, they are finished. Again, the fact that you may get into politics and then you get into the comfort zone where you're not working at all. I really hate to have being in a situation where I don't work. I would want to God to put me in places where I work and work and work and work. That's what the Bible tells us. Go outside there and work. Go outside there and work. All right. So step number 1. Once in this case you have been able to draw these, you will come and label your branches. Label all the branches. Label all the branches. You label all the branches. Label all of them. There are 6 of them. Label them. Label 6 of them. Of course, this one I not want to label it because I know what I will get. If I don't invest, I know I'm getting 0. So I label all the branches where I expect to get net present value. From there, ladies and gentlemen, you've got 2 years. So these 2 years, of course, I can see my cash flow somehow. I can see 7, I can see 8. So here I'm going to use PVIF because the cash flows are quite different. I'm going to use PVIF. So if it's PVIF, then I need PVIF for year 1, and then I need PVIF for year 2, because it's year 1 and year 2. So, ladies and gentlemen, have they given me the cost of capital? Have they given me the cost of capital here? Have they given me the cost of capital? It's 13%. 13%. And if it's PVIF, we know the formula of PVIF is very easy. PVIF, we know it is 1 plus R raised to negative n. This is easier. PVIF is easier. It is 1 plus R raised to negative n. Raised to negative n. So then this will be 1 plus 0.13, end of year 1, raised to minus 1. 1 plus 0.13, end of year 2, raised to negative 2. So is there somebody who can give me these figures? So according to Yvonne Gishoi, the first one here, PVIF here is supposed to be 0.8850. And the second one is supposed to be PVIF year 2. PVIF year 2 is supposed to be 7831 from Muleri. 7831 from Muleri. Now, there is one thing you guys never told me. There is one thing you guys never told me. If we are investing, how much are we going to invest? If we invest, how much do we invest? What is the investment amount? If we invest, what is the investment amount? 10 million. It's given the question. In brackets because it's a cash outflow. It's a cash outflow. Yeah. So step number 1, you give us the net present value for each of the branches. Give us the net present value for each of the branches. I have to create more space here. Net present value for each of the branches. And there are 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So remember the branch, you follow a branch like how you would follow a route, given that you have or rather with a Subaru vehicle. If I'm following branch 1, I will follow the branch like this. Kama gari ya Subaru, mbio. Branch 1, tap. Branch 2, I'll follow like this. Branch 2. Branch 3, follow like that. So we start with the branch 1. So branch 1, remember when you are getting NPVs, you ignore all probabilities. Ignore probabilities first. Ignore probabilities first. So branch 1, what do we have here for branch 1? I can see negative 10 is the first cash flow. Plus, I go here, I can see a cash flow of 7 here. But this 7 is futuristic, end of year 1. So I have to discount it. So I have to take this 7 times 0.8850. Plus, still branch 1. Branch 1, I can see there's another 7 here. So 7, and this 7 has to be discounted. 7831. So is there somebody who can give us this amount? Allow me to repeat this. 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 So give us NPV. Give us NPV for branches. For branches. And we have said ignore. We've said ignore probes. Ignore probes. Ignore probabilities. Ignore probabilities. So we started with branches 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have here branch 1. So branch 1 unaifuata paka matuine. Unajua matuine is a German word for heaven. For heaven. Unaifuata hivyo. Branch 1. It's a road. That's branch 1. Branch 1. So then we have here negative 10 because that's the first cash flow. Plus this second cash flow, which is 7. 7 times 0.8850. Plus I can see another cash flow here of 7 times 0.7831. So is there somebody who is able to give me this net present? It's net because I'm subtracting this 10, which I can even decide to come and put at the end. It doesn't matter really. It doesn't matter. So is there somebody who is able to give me this NPV? Anybody who is able to give NPV 1.6767? 1.6. So can we kindly, all of us now follow? Let's be very serious. Let's follow branch 2. Remember, this is the branch 2, second branch. Yours is basically to look for cash flows, touch them. You touch them. So remember, this is being incurred today. You can't discount this. So then we have here negative 10 plus branch 2. This 7.850 plus branch 2. 6 now. But remember, 6 is coming in here too, so it has to be multiplied with that. 0.7831. Is there somebody who is able to give me this figure for branch number 2? For branch number 2. Is there anybody who is able to give me this figure for branch number 2? The figure is giving me 0.8936. 0.8936. 0.8936. And then we have branch number 3. So branch number 3 is here. Okay, pick a horn here. So negative 10 plus 8. 8 times 0.8850 plus branch 3. So we have there 7. So plus 7 times, plus 7 times, 7 times, plus 7 times, plus 7 times 0.7831, which will end up giving me what figure? Somebody, is there somebody who is able to help Mwalimu here? Somebody who is able to help Mwalimu here? Oh, now I'm only talking with 2 students, only 2. Those are too few. Those are too few. If this is what it means to be doing remedial classes when I'm talking to very few students, that's very sad. Very, very sad. So this is supposed to be 2.5617. 2.5617. Is that correct? Is this correct? Is this correct? Is this correct? Thank you very much. Then tackle branch number 4. Tackle branch number 4. Tackle branch number 4. So branch number 4, my Subaru. My Subaru. Number 4. Number 4, like that. So minus 10 will be there, plus 8. 50 plus Subaru yangu number 4. 6 times 0.7831. Is there somebody who has an answer for branch number 4? Branch number 4, I'm being told it's 1.7786. 86. Please continue the good work. So Subaru branch number 5, road number 5. So road number 5, I can see road number 5. I can see road number 5. This is road number 5, like that. So I can see negative 10 has to be there. Plus, so now we are here. 6 times 0.8850 plus 8. 8 times 0.7831, which will end up giving us what figure? Branch number 5, we are almost there. Branch number 5, I'm being told it's 1.57. It's only one student who has given me the answer, so I have to confirm from the others. 1.57. 1.57. Thank you very much. 1.5748. Thank you very much. And then we have the last branch. So we have the last branch. So the last branch will be minus 10. It's branch number 6. My Subaru branch number 6. So it will be minus 10 plus. So here I'm able to see it is 6 times 0.8850 plus. We have here 7 times 0.7831, which will end up giving me what figure? 0.79. 0.7917. Thank you very much. So in the interest of space, I will come and rub this. I will rub this, and then I just squeeze them here. Don't rub yours. 67, 0.8936, 2.5617, 1.7786. Then we have 1.5748. Then we have 0.7917. So then what you do now, the next exercise after you get these net present values, give us the joint probabilities. Give us the joint probabilities. Give us the joint probabilities. How do we get the joint probabilities? The Subaru approach. I'm now picking probabilities only. This is a probability, branch 1. This is a probability, join them by multiplying them because they are and probability. So 0.2 times 0.6. So are you able to give me this figure 0.12? 0.12. Thank you very much. So go through all the branches, picking the same concept there. Picking the same concept there. So branch number 2, the Subaru way. whatever probabilities you come across, you multiply them. Here you're multiplying the probabilities because they're joint. They're called and. So for branch number 2, I can see the probabilities are 0.2 and 0.4. 0.2 and 0.4. 0.08. So are you able to give me all the other joint probabilities? Is there somebody who can give me all the other joint, like now for branch 3? Branch 3, what do we have there if you're following? Joint probability. Joint probability, I can see from Larry 0.2. 0.2, I can see from Larry 0.2. Who else is able to see for branch number 3, 0.2? Anybody who is able to see that 0.2? Linda has confirmed 0.2. 0.2. Muleri is even getting now all the others. So I'm waiting to hear from you guys. I'm waiting to hear from you guys. Please, everybody, for branch number 3, what are we doing for branch? This is the third branch. You can see there is no probability because it's certain. No probability there. So we have here 0.4 and 0.5. When we multiply the two, we'll end up getting 0.2. 0.2. How about branch number 4? Branch number 4, my Subaru way, it's 0.4 and 0.5, So this one is supposed to be 0.2, right? 0.2 as well. 0.2 as well. Go to branch number 5. Branch number 5, we have here 0.4 and 0.3, which gives me 0.12. And then lastly, what do we have here? 0.28. 0.28. So we have here 0.12, 0.08, like that. So then come and give me the NPV times the probabilities. Remember your joint probabilities. When you add your joint probabilities, you should always get 1. Whenever you add your joint probabilities, you should always get 1. You should always get 1. Whenever you add your joint probabilities, you should always get 1. You should always get 1. Is there somebody who is able to try? Is there anybody who is able to try adding them up? Tell us whether you're getting 1. Yeah, I'll repeat. It will come to 1. It's coming to 1, isn't it? It's coming to 1. Always. Now, remember, this is the easiest thing, Maria. If someone tells you to get joint probability like at your high school, joint. Joint means what you and. And means what you multiply. So joint, for example, for branch number 1, imagine it's about just picking, so long as you know this is a probability and this is a probability. So branch 1, first probability, second probability, multiply them, 0.1, 0.2, 0.6. That's how you got 0.12. If it is, for example, branch number 2. If it's, for example, branch number 2, what are you able to see here? We have this and that. So you're able to see the 2.2 and 0.4. Yeah, so long as you go through each branch, you pick whatever probabilities you have there, and then you multiply them. I don't know whether, Maria, that makes sense. If you tell me in this case here, branch number 6, I'll simply walk on the road. We call them roads. So branch number 6, I can see 0.4 here, and I can see 0.7. Multiply them. Multiply them. Does that make some sense, Maria, or no sense at all? They're called joint probabilities. Great. Thank you so much. So then now go ahead and of course, these are risk factors. Go ahead and multiply them. Go ahead and multiply them. So take this time. You can give me answers in 2 decimal places to simplify our work. To simplify our work, give me 2 decimal places. So we have this times 0.12. So the first one is 2.01. 2.01. 2.01. 2.01. The second one, we are taking this times this, which will give me 0. Omekata. The first one omekata. Uongo. Uongo. I use kuwa 2 point. No. It can't be. Can't be. It can't be. What are we supposed to get? Somebody here, we start afresh. So this times this. They are giving me a figure of 0.20. Thank you very much. How about this one here? 0.8936 times 0.06, 0.08. What are we getting here, somebody? Muleri gives me 0.07, 0.07, 0.07, 0.07, 0.07. And then we come and take the next one, this and this. 0.51. Thank you very much. 0.51. And then now we have this and this. 0.36, 0.36, 0.36. And then we have this and this, giving me what figure, somebody here? 0.19. This will give me 0.19. And then lastly, we have this and this. This and this will give me 0.22. So please come and add all of this. Add all of this for you to be able to give us the expected net present value. For you to give me the expected net present value. Give me the expected net present value. So according to Muleri, it's supposed to be 1.55. 1.55. When you add all of them, expected 1.55. This is the expected net present value. Expected net present value is 1.55, which is higher than don't invest. Remember, don't invest was 0. It's positive. This is positive. And therefore, we are better off investing. So the decision here, decision, invest. It's positive there. If it was negative, we would not have invested. So decision, this variable, invest. Invest. So we make a decision on the basis of expected net present value. A decision on the basis of the expected net present value. So up to there, ladies and gentlemen, are we together somehow? Are we together? Great. YouTube. YouTube is easier for me. YouTube is easier for me. All right. So expected net present value. Expected net present value is this. And of course, you're saying there that because it's positive, we are going to invest. We're going to invest. All right. So can I rub this? It needs some practice. You guys will have to practice. It needs some practice. Can I rub this? They're not talking to me. They're not talking to me. We shall overcome. 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 Now, what disturbed very many students is this Roman 2 and Roman 3, which are basically the same. Roman 2 and Roman 3 are the same. Roman 2 and Roman 3 are the same. They are the same. So you can see Roman 2, using suitable computations, justify whether abandonment of the project is a viable option. 3, determine the expected net present value of the project, assuming it is advantageous to abandon the project after 1 year. Comment on the financial implications of the farm. To the farm. To the farm. So then, ladies and gentlemen, what I will do is to come here and draw the tree with the abandonment option. So decision tree with abandonment. Decision tree with what here? Abandonment. So you draw a decision tree with this abandonment, with abandonment, with abandonment, with abandonment. And I've finished drawing mine because I'm a genius. I've finished drawing mine because I'm a genius, because I'm a genius, because I'm a genius, because I'm a genius. I've finished drawing mine. What have you done? Remember, should we decide to abandon, then we shall not have anything after year 1. We shall not have anything after year 1. What will happen, should we decide to abandon, then we shall be compensated. If we decide to abandon, we shall be receiving some money and then we don't continue with the project. What have they told us? Should we decide to abandon? What have they told us? Should we decide to abandon? Note number, additional information 1. Additional information 1, they are telling us the possibility of abandonment exists after 1 year. The abandonment value is estimated at how much here? 8 million. So should you abandon, and I'm so sure you have done even this in this topic called options, where you are told that if you abandon a project midway, you will get some compensation and then you go. Abandonment, you shall be paid something. And in the class, I gave a very bad example. Like there are men who abandon their wives midway. They don't finish the journey together with their wives. And now there are worse men than others who will go back to the family. They'll go back to this family where they got this wife from, and they say, what? I've abandoned her. There was some dowry that I paid, so give me back the dowry. So whenever you abandon, you'll always be paid. Bad example. That's a very bad example. Very bad example. When I will hear that there is a young man here who is going for dowry from wherever, Kuna vitu ikienda kwa mganga, akirudi tena. Hiyo nasahau. And very senior people, even like Mudama, our friend Mudama, went back for his dowry. Yeah. So anyway, whenever you abandon, there must be, however small, there must be something you'll get. Like in this particular question, if they abandon, how much are they being paid? If they abandon, how much are they being paid? Is lack of knowledge, yes. If they abandon. Ukiacha jiko, unawacha na mali. So if they abandon, they get 8. So in this case here, if for example, they had gone for this option, they have earned 7 here. But now because they're not going to continue with the journey, they are going to receive this abandonment money of 8 at the end of year 1. So it's immediately after year 1, end of year 1. So basically what you do, if they're abandoning at this particular time, you simply come and add 8 here, you add 8 there, you add 8 there. This is what we call decision tree with this abandonment money. With the abandonment money. So first of all, draw this and then you let me know whether you have drawn. And then I explain better. 15, 16, and then we have here 14, like that. And then of course we have here don't invest at all. Don't invest at all, where in this case here we get 0. We get 0. Is it 8 or 7 again? Is it 8 or 7? What have they told us there, Sutera, about abandonment? Where? Angalia additional information on number 2. The abandonment value is 8. The abandonment value is 8. Of course, initially we had 7, isn't it? We had 7, 8, and then 6. End of year 1. End of year 1, it was 7, 8, and 6. Year 2, sasa haitakuwa, we don't have year 2 because we are abandoning at the end of year 1. Year 2 goes. Year 2 goes. Anytime we bring questions of abandonment, students perform very poorly, and yet it is the easiest question. It is the easiest question. So once you finish drawing, just finishing drawing, give me a signal. Put a thumbs up like this, and then I tell you what we shall do. Put up thumbs like this, and then I tell you what we shall do. Abracadabra, what shall we do? Great. At least one ninja year has finished. Great. So then that is it. You simply come and discount. Do you remember our discounting factors at year 1? Is anybody who is able to remember the PVF? Now we don't have year 2. Year 1 was 0.8850. And then you have your branches. Now there will be very few. So give me the NPVs at these branches. So branch 1, branch 2, branch 3. There are only 3 branches. So like a ninja with a Subaru, minus 10, 15. So we have here minus 10 plus 15 has to be discounted. 8850. 8850. A great ninja branch 2. Wapata hakuna kupiga roundabout 2. Nafanya tabila break hapa. So minus 10 plus we have here 16. The cash flow is 16 now times 0.8850. Then we have here minus 10. Now branch 3 plus 14 times 0.8850. I like abandonment because when you abandon along the way, you make my work easy, much easier. You make my work much easier. So then are you able to give me this NPVs pretty fast? Any ninja who can give me this NPV, like NPV year 1. So according to Ntiga, it's supposed to be 3.275. Can someone else confirm that figure? Year 3, I'm being told it's 2.39. 2.39. And then year 1, I'm being told it's 3.275. 3.275. How about year? Not year, but branch. These are branch. 4.16. 4.16. So 4.16 like that. 4.16. So please don't add them. So many students will add them, forgetting that when we were getting these particular NPVs, we ignored probabilities. So come and give me the probabilities. So we have here branch 1, 2, 3. So we have, first of all, our NPVs, 3.275, 4.16, 2.39. Then we have our joint probabilities. Apart hakuna kitu na join. Branch 1, the only probability is 0.2. Branch 2, the only probability on the road is 0.4. Branch 3, the only probability is 0.4. Give me NPV times those probabilities now. So you take this times this. I think you're quite fast, which is very good. Meaning that you are really concentrating to understand. You're really concentrating to understand. So branch 2 is 1.664. And then we have branch 1, according to the figure, it's 0.655. 0.655. And then we have the last one. We have the last one. We have the last one. The last one is supposed to be what here? The last one. 0.956. 0.956. 0.956. So please come and add. Come and add here to give me the new expected NPV with abandonment. $3.275. So then if you are the investor here, would you prefer you go with abandonment or without abandonment? Compare the two expected net present values. Compare the two. Where are we better off? Where are we better off? Abandonment. 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 Yeah, abandonment. And this is very sad. You'll get wanaume akiona amefinyika sana, and abandon the entire family. Atarudi wakati anaona mtoto wa kwanza ama nani amefaulu zaidi. Mtoto ameenda akakimbia mbio akakuwa namba 1. Anasema huyu alikuwa mimi ni babake. Yeah, so in this case here, this guy will abandon. Because this is more than, you see the other one was 3.275 is more than, the other one was what here, somebody who can remind us. The other one was what here, 1.55. So meaning that abandonment is better, and the benefit of abandonment will be this 3.275 minus 1.55. The increase in the NPV will become what here? The increase in the NPV will be the benefit there. The benefit there. The benefit, which is 1.725. 1.725. So Maria, I don't know whether Maria, you are able to understand up to here. These branches, Maria, were you able to see how we got them? The branches, Maria, are you able to confirm whether you understood how we got? Yeah. Then once you have these NPVs for each of the branches, joint probabilities, you see joint, we go like now to branch 1. We look for all probabilities which are in branch 1, all of them. It's only one probability, so there's nothing to multiply. So we'll come and take here 0.2. When you go to branch 2, it's only one probability. You know, the other one we had branch 2, tulikuwa na probability hapa, tulikuwa na probability ya 2. Hapa hakuna any other probability, so it's only 0.4. So you only pick them the way they are. And then now NPVs times probabilities, take this and this, you put together and then you add. Then you'll be able to see that this value is much higher. This value is much higher. So the examiner, in this case here, was not very wise because he asked the same question twice. If you look at Roman 2, using suitable computations justify whether abandonment of the project is a viable option. It is a viable option because it will yield a higher NPV, as I've been able to prove here. And then we have Roman 3, determine the expected net present value that you've been able to do here. So then if I'm the one doing this kind of a question, I can't tell my examiner, if I realize the two are the same, I can't tell my examiner to refer above. That is being rude. You don't tell your examiner Roman 3, refer above. No. If I'm the one, I will just come and rewrite the entire under Roman 3. Because you see, Roman 3, they wanted us to give them the expected net present value, which you have done. And of course, it is the same argument we are using for Roman 2, where basically we show the benefit. So if I'm the one doing this, I'll simply come and copy this down. Or rather, if it were you in an exam, what would have you done? If it were you in an exam, you realize that part 2 and part 3 are the same. Do you write, like, for example, on top here, you say number 2 and then number 3? Or do you write number 2 and then number 3 down here, you tell the examiner ditto as above? If you tell me as above as an examiner, I will refer you back to the sender. I'll refer you back to the sender. You copy paste, yes. I'll refer you back to the sender. Unaanguka nayo, great. So you copy like that. So ladies and gentlemen, I think we have done this session a service, good service, and we hope we should be able to continue like this. So in the next session, I'll be able to do 2 more questions on this area, decision trees. Because as you look around, these are very, very many questions every time coming from this area. So you should be able to perfect on this. We should be able to perfect on this. We should be able to perfect on this. Now, the students, of course, who are in other colleges, you must also appreciate that, at RCM, we are doing things in a very different way. The level of dedication here is at another level. It's at another level. This is the college of choice. Don't think about joining us tomorrow, join us today. So then, of course, this will be the last class that we are sharing for free. Now you'll never see us going out there giving free classes. So now you need to join us. Not tomorrow, but today. Not tomorrow, but today. If you can make inquiries here, 0719 525,000. Otherwise, thank you very much. Be blessed and bye-bye. Great. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Bye. Bye.